Good evening, Jackie. Welcome to another video. It might be almost 7 o'clock. I'm sorry. I'm a bit late, but sorry. Now, we're going to do r/rderedByWords. This time, this is going to be a Reddit video instead of the usual, maybe like rants or something like that. So, this is going to be a fun place. So, welcome to put downs, comebacks, and counter arguments. Let's see what this is. A futile attempt to gain credibility. Here we go. Sourceless Zormamdani's filthy rich parents rent posh Uganda estate with monkeys like views on Airbnb. Sorry for that. I mean, it would be wild if you lived in a resort called Mar-a-Lago and partied with a pedophile billionaire, right? Right? Yeah. Fair point. It's almost as if, the list was campaigned on to be released. It's almost as the list was supposed to be released by now. Yeah. Where's the list? I remember this happening after the Sandy Hook tragedy. Now let's see. The left is now celebrating Charlie Kirk's brutal murder. We're all Charlie Kirk. Oh wait, never mind. This is Alex Jones. Oh gosh. This is Alex Jones. Ew. Reminder, if you don't know who Alex Jones is, he's a conspiracy theorist, a huge right-wing nut job, a think tank. So for the point, like, it's makes Ben Shapiro or Nick Fuentes look moderate in comparison. He's the OG Nick Fuentes. And now, after the shooting at my high school, you literally accused my friends and myself of being paid government crisis actors that resulted in us getting thousands of death threats. Go F yourself. Yeah, Alex Jones. He don't care about school shootings. He only cares about gun deaths when it affects his kind of people. In other words, white supremacists, by the way. That's reality, sadly. Bad people support other bad people. We are the Republicans your parents warned you about. We're smart. There's some of the pictures. Irresistible to women. This is... Come on. No. Most importantly, we're total alpha... Yep, there we go. There's the toxicity. The toxic part. Using the alpha male part, that's toxic. That's just straight up bull crap. If you use that on a day-to-day basis, use those terminology to describe yourself or others, you're a weirdo. You're just an online freak. Yeah, I suddenly understand male loneliness. Yeah, I did too. Oh no, this is wow. Richard, I have no idea who this person is. I could care less, technically speaking. I mean, still. There lacks levels to this game, and it's over a fictional rich bald man. Why do you look like an egg? This guy is a human version of an egg. I'm sorry, I had to point that out. Your Lex lost to Superman and got arrested. Mine killed Superman and broke out of Arkham. There's levels to this game. I have no understand what it's talking about. If you want to explain it to me, go ahead. But I'm not saying that word. I'm sorry. You know what word? Are arguing over different universes instead of giving some cat in this one. Oof. I don't understand what's going there. Ooh. It's like a car driver asking the passenger to drive. Okay, hold on, leave it. Oh no, this is not gonna go well. Democrats are about to shut down the federal government because President King Trump, Daddy Trumpster. Oh no, what would I do if I don't praise him enough? Won't force American taxpayers to pay for free health care for Oh, for oh my, that's for fascist. I'm sorry, that is fascist rhetoric. Using the word, I want to say, using the word illegal alien, a term coined by none other than the H-man, failed mustache man himself, used to dehumanize his enemies. If you keep using those terms, yeah, you probably don't want to use terms that are associated with literally evil mustache man. Your party controls all branches of government. Yeah, like seriously. Yeah, the Republican Party controls all branches of the government. The Civil Constitution is sadly a dictatorship. In fact, let me bring up a certain quote, actually, from Howard Zinn himself. It says the Constitution provided for the senators to be elected by the state legislators, for the president to be elected by electors chosen by the state legislators, and for the Supreme Court to be appointed by the president. That itself is inherently dictatorship-like. It's quite corruptional, if not dictatorship-like, very much meant to be corrupt. Yeah, quick history lesson. Ooh. Obama appointed judge just threatened Trump with arrest if he doesn't restore every dime of paused funding. Fair point. Since when does a judge have the power to override the president? An issue with people. You got an issue with someone being held accountable? Glad you asked. Since February 24th, 1803. Ooh. Yeah. We had checks and balances. If you're pissed over checks and balances, yeah, maybe you shouldn't be talking about politics if you are mad. Since when does a judge have power to override the president? They've always had just how checks and balances, even though it's not perfect. I'll admit that checks and balances system isn't perfect. It needs some reworking. But still, if you're mad at that, you're just corrupt. I'm sorry. Do not sugarcoat things. Alright. History is wasted on some people. Remember that period in American history when people were crushed by the government and marched off to camps? Neither do I. Oh, no, we don't. That's not because why we have the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment was created in the 1700s where guns could be effective against government tyranny. It's 2025 now. We are the strongest government. The government has access to tanks, bombs, nuclear bombs. And you think our AK-47s are going to, or AR-15s are going to beat down a fucking nuke? I'm sorry, but no. And yes, I do remember the Trail of Tears and the shameful episode where we marched Japanese Americans in internment camps. Sit the F down, boy. American history. Don't forget the time where we rejected a bunch of Jewish immigrants who were trying to escape Hitler. The failed Hitler. Or the failed mustache man. I said Hitler. I'm using Hitler instead of the proper name. Or Heidler. Actually, no, I'm going to call him Heidler. Heidler. That's actually what his name's supposed to be. What we know his name as now is actually a typo, by the way. On his father's end of the thing. If you don't know about that, you can look it up. I'll probably explain another time, maybe in the comments if I wanted to, but still. Facts debunk false claim. ABC fired Roseanne from the #1 hit show she created because Obama told them to. Alright, that happened in 2018. Oh, yeah, in 2018. So how did Obama have power to do something when he wasn't president then? Plus, he could care less about what happened in the political world. At least, right after he left, he was probably vacationing. Now he's probably done vacationing and probably ready to speak out and advocate for probably human rights again. Although, yes, he did questionable things. Don't not get me wrong. He's still a centrist. So, that happened in 2018, though, when ABC fired Roseanne from the #1 hit show. When Trump was president, how are conservatives wrong about literally every single thing? They're not wrong about everything, but they do twist things up often. I've seen anti-vaxxers say that you should get the vaccine for rabies. 10 days ago. Then that. Oh my. Seriously. I was trying to repost a top claim. Seriously? Damn. Feminism is dead. Erica just ended the feminist movement. She has 3 university degrees. She's a businesswoman and CEO. She got married in her 30s to a man 5 years younger than her. Had kids in her mid-30s. Her entire life is the result of feminism. Ooh. I mean, surprised someone this mad about. I mean, I can't even tell if the Dr. Taylor Marshall is trying to support the patriarchy or what. No, I can't even tell. Because the background of his profile picture is blue, and I'm not even sure at this point. Oh no, Fox News. Oh no. Parental controls are meant for the children to stop the parents from looking at fear-mongering news. No, it's Fox News. Judging the level of hatred toward the 45th president of the United States is beyond anything we've seen in American history. Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Johnson nearly impeached. James Buchanan, Woodrow Wilson, James Garfield, Bush Teddy Roosevelt at one point, Herbert Hoover. Some people hated FDR. Some hated Truman, JFK, Lyndon B. Johnson for fair reasons, Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan for fair fucking reasons. Y'all hate Joe Biden and Obama? Yeah, you have this. Yes, I'm gonna show John F. Kennedy in the face. Yep, there we go. I would prefer to use James Garfield. Because James Garfield actually tried to advocate for good things. At least he was definitely an interesting person. He was definitely against some corruption. James Garfield is honestly one of the, I'm gonna be honest, most underrated presidents of all time. Anybody who unironically calls himself an alpha male has had to pay to lose it. Yeah, if you call himself, yep. Yeah. We ever seen that post? We have future like it or nothing, man. You are not the future. Gosh. You don't even look like people that we want to talk to. No one likes you. Gosh, you look insufferable. They look like even the anime geeks who hung out at the library used to hold them over at the toilet in high school. Gosh, damn. Okay. Now Judy Vance announced that he will host the Charlie Cook Show on Monday. No one cares. So glad our vice president is handling the important things in the country, like filling in a podcast. This is what happens when you give the VP no powers except for breaking a tie in the Senate. If I remember. That's all that he does, so he's gonna do stupid shit. Because he has more free time. Funny thing. Oh no, it's Elon Pelon. Funny thing, I bet Clinton's policies when he was president were essentially MAGA. You're kidding, right? So far as I know, Clinton never sent National Guard troops to southern cities. Stephen King. You can call him out. Stephen King? I mean, I'm glad he's calling out the stupidity in some people. Oh, it says 9:30. Oh. Yeah, seeing that. Oh, that must be a really, really recent post then. This is probably from another. What was it? The country. Definitely not America. For me, as I'm recording this, it's still the 29th, not the 30th yet. Government, yeah, but still. Stephen King has made some questionable scene choices in some of his books. I just want to really questionable. Around page 940, 945, if I remember correctly, though I did not read it, I'm not into that stuff. I'm not into horror, not my thing. But from what I know, in his most famous book, It The show scenes of something that you should not be writing about in weird detail. Yeah, anyway. Government should not blame, yep. Democrats about to shut down the government because leave. Demand to refund healthcare for... Once again, using terms coined by none other than Heidler, the mustache man, used to dehumanize his opponents and enemies. The proper terms undocumented immigrants, by the way, who pay $100 billion in taxes every year, yet get nothing in return. Fun fact, the crime rate among undocumented immigrants is 3%, majority of which are for non-violent crimes. Yet the crime rate among U.S. citizens is 11 times higher. Yet no one says, oh look, the citizens, there's a crime is rampant among the citizens. No one's claiming that. Yet among only the immigrants. It's called xenophobia. Oh, Josh here says, nice try. You Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House. Why are you whining about the Democrats? You control the entire federal government, and shutdown is on you. Yep. Bureaucracy. Part of the White House, legally it is still the Department of Defense. The Department of War is like the entire, so it's a nickname. See, you want a name different from your given name because you feel it more likely reflects your identity. Oh, so you want a name different from your given name because you feel it more accurately reflects your identity? Interesting. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, they broke down the trans agenda. Yes, trans rights are in fact human rights. Anyone who disagrees... Why else would you say trans rights aren't human rights? If you're a living, breathing human being, you deserve human rights. No matter what. Nothing can remove that. Unless you're just a Heidler himself. Like he had some human aspects, like being against smoking. He still did mass evil. Just like a broken clock can be right once a day. I say once a day because I use a regular, normal human clock, the 24-hour clock. I can count past 12, by the way. Vaccine, no. COVID jabs kill, you wish. Laura Loomer, screw you. Maybe the dog food made you sick again. Instead of pro manga pet company that convinced Laura Loomer to eat dog food. What the what? What? Laura... She won't get vaccinated, but she'll eat dog food. Jesus. Governor... No, it's Newsom. Gavin Newsom. Oh. Gavin Newsom, I'm glad he's standing against the fascist regime, sure. But don't get deluded from this. He's still a centrist, and even if he tried to run for the primaries in 2028, I'm not voting for him. I'll be eligible to vote in 2028. I'm not voting for Gavin Newsom. I'm not voting for either party. Look, I'm probably voting third party. If I was eligible last election, I'd probably vote Cornel West. He's actually advocates for something good. And those actually good things. Oh, Laura Loomer, oh. Ew, Laura Loomer, oh. New Yorkers forget all about the victims of 9/11. Killed by, look, generalizing group of people. No one must, Laura Loomer, once again, generalizing a group of people. Yep, shared racism. Thinking it was only Muslims, all Muslims want terrorism. Yep, that's shared racism. Muslims died on 9/11 too. Muslims ran into the rubble. Muslims served and died in the wars that followed. Muslims fought and died for your right to be this racist. I love this. Seriously. Yeah. Also, Zohar Mamdani is a socialist, or more closely a democratic socialist, not a communist. It's almost as if you can fucking use weird grouping words to make it seem like it's much more scarier when you do not in fact know what the words mean. Make crime illegal again. Gosh. Make crime illegal again. Gosh. The irony. Seriously. Yeah. You're a 34-time convicted felon. Release the files already. Alright, Target. If a Democrat was assassinated, could you imagine what would be going on right now? Oh, yes, because it happened, yeah. Yes, I can, because it happened literally 3 months ago. If I remember correctly, it happened on Trump's birthday. And guess what? Democrats called for gun reform, and right-wingers just made jokes about it. Trump said calling anybody to give his condolences would be a waste of time. Then skip the funeral. So why don't we have to imagine? So we don't have to imagine. It literally just happened, and not a single person on the left called for a war, or called for the Republican Party to be labeled as domestic terrorist organization. You can so little that you don't even remember. Yeah, Melissa Hortman, a actual lawmaker. Well, Charlie Kirk was just a political influencer who hosted a podcast. Melissa Hortman was an actual lawmaker, an elected one, if I remember correctly. And it's not just her that died; her husband, and if I remember, the dog too. Like, you have to be super deranged for you to even kill the dog as well. Or, unalive the dog. So it turns out that person who unalived Melissa Hortman, let's just say, was also a Trumper, or Drumper. I call him the Drumper. Yeah, please don't protest at people's homes. Fair point. Please don't treat on people attending the houses of worship. Fair point. You can protest at people's homes. Understandable. Please don't treat on people attending the houses of worship. So religious fanatics can torment patients out of clinics, but people can't protest outside of churches? Nah. As well, you seem never wrong. I mean, would be a good point originally, but if it weren't for the hypocrisy. Conveniently correct. Economists are starting to suspect that unions were a better deal than textbooks made them out to be. Wait, I was saying textbooks, or saying that unions aren't that good? Which textbook exactly? Because I have not seen a textbook saying that unions aren't that bad. And unions are one of the most important things in an economic society, in the economy. Without unions, we'd have so much greater to the point that we're wealth hoarding. But worse are working conditions, worse are wages. People could be exploited much more easily. People could be easily replaced after death as if nothing had happened. That's why we had unions are probably unions are the reason why we have the 8-hour work week, 8-hour work day, 40-hour work week. Why we don't have child labor anymore, but why we have better working conditions and such. Here's the response. It's almost as if, bear with me for a second, people with power and money conspired to create an economic situation that enabled them to keep more of their power and money at the expense of workers who made their success possible. Huh. I'm up on this one specifically because I am pro-union, obviously. Support all unions, please. Unions are why we still are surviving as a society. In nature, poisonous creatures will often develop bright colors to warn others about other toxicity. Oh. I'm guessing the color is there to ward off predators who kill and eat them. If you think of it as a warning for men, you know what you are. Huh, interesting. Guess the ivermectin isn't working. No, Luma unleashed. Oh, I don't care. Just 1 second. Alright. Fire infection seems to only be getting worse. Oh, look! Look! Oh no! Oh look! Looks like maybe vaccines may work. May have prevented this. You can't get a vaccine now anyway. Once you're already sick, it's going to make your immune system worse. So you probably shouldn't have gotten a vaccine beforehand. You put this on yourself. Come on, Loomer. No one cares about you either way. When Donald Trump was shot out, a liberal called for banning guns. Weird. Then President Biden, a Democrat, called for the gun used to shoot Donald Trump to be banned, saying an AR-15 was used in the shooting of Donald Trump. This was the assault weapon that killed so many others, including children. Some now outlaw them. Oh, look! Community notes for the win. Yeah, ban AR-15s. When guns can unalive people at a much faster and rapid rate than any other weapon, and it's much harder to escape them, especially for children, by the way. Maybe they aren't so safe things. Maybe they are the ones killing. Especially killing them at... Yeah, I'm gonna say killing. Not unaliving. It's come on. If Jimmy Kimmel is reinstated, I am canceling Disney Plus. Didn't you use Netflix called Cancel Disney Plus when Ariel, a fictional character, was portrayed by a black actress? Yeah, that itself. Changing the fictional character's race, I have no issue with. But speaking of which, Lin-Manuel Miranda, with the play of whitewashing Alexander Hamilton, changing the race of real human beings, no one gets pissed at that. Yet changing the race of a fictional character, people get pissed at that somehow. Come on. We're gonna do one more. I'm sorry for this longer episode here, video, whatever. Receipts say otherwise. Does the left understand how lucky they are that the right doesn't right? Oh, no, we don't. I love the pictures, though. Fun fact. January 6, 2021 resulted in the death of one at the scene, and 5 or 6 later from death from repercussions. Over 170 injured, and $2.7 million in damages. That's not peaceful. Anyone dying itself is not peaceful. If someone dies, it's not peaceful. If the hundreds are injured, it's not peaceful. If millions of dollars in damages are caused, it's not peaceful. Sure, it's not the super violent one that was in like hundreds of dozens dead per se. Like the night of the broken glass, if I remember, he's still knocked. Sure, but still. Fine, we'll do one more. We're some of the highest quality 24 karat gold using the Yoba lab is giving it whatever. I do not care. We have $40 trillion in debt. Yeah. We're ending this off on greed. Now, if you have liked this video, share, comment, subscribe, whatever it may be. I'll see you next month, actually. This Wednesday begins October. October. Whatever. October. Now, I'll see you on Wednesday. Goodbye.